So, the newest Deltarune newsletter just dropped, and it's probably the biggest bit of news we've gotten in a while. We've gotten a lot of information on the progress of the two chapters, and a lot of insight into what goes on in the background as it's getting ready to release.
So, we're immediately told that Chapter 4 is almost done, minus some polish. Maps are done, battles are mostly done, and it looks like the chapters are coming up very soon. But then now we've been slapped in the face and shown that what Toby actually has to go through to actually release the two chapters. So, Oval, you want to start us off on what he has to do?
Yeah, so one of these quests Nara was talking about is how bug fixing and performance will be improved throughout the entire game. How? Well, we're gonna be used as pawns. Well, Deltarune is being used to test Game Maker's new function. This makes it so that each chapter will be their own individual games, instead of being one conglomerate of a game. This would allow the team to fix bugs in separate chapters without having to backtrack to earlier chapters.
The second quest Toby is on about is porting both Chapter 3 and 4 to console, which he says won't be too bad of a task, but making sure there's no bugs across all the different kinds of consoles could be a bit of a challenge, especially considering that he wants to release every single console version and PC at the exact same time.
The third is about the localization of the chapters. Toby wants both chapters to be released in English and Japanese. Actually, Chapter 3 is basically already done, and Chapter 4 is starting as we speak. Since Toby can review the Japanese lines too, it's looking good for the Japanese localization. We also got some leaks of some dialogue.
Oh my god! Is that Rule's card leaked dialogue in Chapter 3?
Well, that aside, it does beg the question as to how him and Lancer got into the Chapter 3 Dark World, considering it starts in Torio's house. Bit suspicious. I don't know though. I don't know what to say about it.
I wonder if the Shadow Guy is. Maybe from a previous newsletter?
And now for the biggest quest, bug hunting. Toby and the team has to find bugs across both the English and the Japanese version, on both PC and all the other console versions they're planning on releasing Chapter 3 and 4 on, which will definitely take the most amount of time out of every other quest we've mentioned so far. Although luckily they have hired a separate team to take care of testing bugs, and if they ever need another helping hand, we're very open to free labor.
Please, Toby, please, I'm desperate.
The final quest? It's basically all about the promotion and release of Chapters 3 and 4. It needs game reviews, complete soundtracks for release, a trailer, and other release materials, and more. And so the order goes from testing Game Maker's new function, completing Chapter 4's PC release, porting it to the console versions, bug testing, and finally, release!
So that's the entire summer newsletter for you. It finishes off with some news on some progress on Chapter 5, and the bold statement that, quote, "we'll never need to wait this long for a chapter again," which I hope that's the case, but at this point I'm coping a bit too hard to believe that. The next newsletter should be in September, on probably the anniversary of Undertale, the 9th one. Hopefully there's something cool, I guess, on an update of what's going on, really. And until then, we just got to keep an eye on the Undertale Twitter account for what we need to be guinea pigs and tests on this new Game Maker update.
Bye bye.
Bow, 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 bow.